Hello everyone! So today I have 5 kits to share with you from Paint Some Way. Alright everyone, so today, as I said, I have 5 kits to share with you from Paint Some Way. These are some kits that I've kind of been looking at for a while. I just kind of went through my wish list and finally purchased them, plus I think one of them was newer to me. Like I haven't seen it before, it wasn't in my wish list. But I placed my order on October 18th. Today is December 4th. I did get these some time ago, but I'm only just getting to reviewing them for you guys today. And I do believe these are all going to be 11 count. So I'm not seeing anywhere on these listings, at least from my email, or like what brand these are. So we're just going to look at the pictures, and of course I'll link everything down in the description box below. I don't know or remember if I have a discount code to share with you from Paint Some Way, but if I do, that will also be down below. So this first one here is back when I was obsessing with the tall and skinny ones, and so this is it. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but I just thought it was so adorable. And it does look more saturated online. I think it's maybe just the ink, because as you see, the pattern's not super saturated either. Just so cute. And my choice is to not stitch any of this background, but I will stitch any of the white up in the hair area because I do want that to pop a little bit more from the canvas. But I thought it was so cute. And I'm not going to be going over the paper patterns, mostly because the paper patterns on these do match the canvas, and I just don't think there's a point in going over it twice. So all of these kits are going to have some version of the instructions with them or printed on them. In case you are new to cross stitch, that'll just kind of help you go over it. And this is tear-proof paper, just to make your life a little bit easier and rips a little more accidental, like it doesn't happen as often. And then let me fold this the awkward way. And over here you can see the legend. And the printing on the pattern, the paper pattern, is super crisp as well, so no worries about that. And it goes up to 45 colors, which I love that. And so this kit right here, let me get the photo back out. Let me give you some details on this one. So this one is obviously 11 count. It is 30 by 90 centimeters, and it costs $12.99. And they do have quite a few that are similar to this. I believe I got one similar to this, but as a diamond painting at some point. I'm not sure if it's a diamond painting I reviewed for you before I stopped deciding to review diamond paintings, or if it was after. If I haven't reviewed it, I'm sorry, but I did get another version of this, but as a diamond painting, because as you know, Paint Some Way has cross stitch and diamond painting. So in case you're into both, you know, you can throw those all together in one order instead of going to different websites. But this is the one I wanted in cross stitch because I love stitching flowers, and I thought these roses would be absolutely beautiful. And come on, cute little penguin. All right, the next thing I want to go over with you is the different toolkits. Look at that. Our needles do come in a tube now. I did buy some 14 counts, so you know, I'll go over that with you next time I record, but this order came in first. I do currently have my order of 14 counts in, but so I just want to check if these needles are still the right size. I mean, I think they are. I'm actually going to go grab the tube of needles from the 14 counts I just bought, and because I did start one, don't yell at me, and compare. Alright, as my proof, here's the other tube. This is supposed to be the one for the 11 count, this is supposed to be the one for the 14 count. And these are not gold-eyed needles. Come on, I only need one. And I believe you do get 5, because there's 4 in here right now, and I'm using one. Oh, Okay, so it's only the 14 count that aren't the gold-eyed, but it looks like the 11 count needles are, but they do give you size appropriate needles, which is really good. And I just love that they're coming in these tubes because it makes it that much safer. I'm not going to accidentally stab myself. My son's less likely to just see them and pluck them out. I think it's really good. And we still get the thimble and the needle threader as well. So they really have stepped up to an extent their little toolkit game, which I really love. I love this because as I collect these, I'm going to start putting them all in the same one. So I'm actually going, yeah, because I don't really take them from my kits. I have these magnets. Let me show you. This one's a magnet and needle threader, and it just holds my needles. So I've just been pulling them off of that. And so if I can put them in tubes and store them in a closet or something, it'll be much safer. And then I have one more which has my darning needles for when I crochet. And I have this kit, I have this cross stitch kit as well, which is why I have the stamp. And this does come off, so it's also a minder. So cute. I love it. So kit aside, let's put the floss aside, and it is on floss cards. And let's look at this canvas. So I suspect all of these are going to be serged. And it does give you the number here as well as on your thread. So make sure the number on the thread bag also matches the number on your canvas. And I'm just going to scroll this up, but look how cleanly printed it is. And it's not as big as you might think. How much did it say it was on my phone? It says it's 30 by 90 on my phone, but this says 30 by 70, and that's quite a size difference. I can't be bothered to message them about it though, because it does look like it's going to come out really well because you can very clearly make everything out. Like I can even see where the hair is, so I would just not do anything that's like coming out past here, except for the petals, obviously. And then all this other blue that's outside of the hair area, I'm just not going to do. And then we have our penguin down here, and that is a different symbol. So they're super clearly printed. And this one isn't super massive, so again, that's why I'm not going to reach out. I don't want super big ones, but I always end up getting the big ones. But it's so cute! You can see the eyes here, the nose, the lips, just the color of the face. And then the legend next to my thumb is nice and large, easy to read. Lots of red symbols, though. I'm not really a fan of that. I think that's more typical of a jingly kit, or jingly, I think it's jingly kit, so I'm guessing that's where this one might be from. But 45 colors, I'm still really happy with that. Let me show, up here looks like confetti. See, you can make that out, even with all the different red symbols. And then the floss, of course, comes in its little own bag. So I'm not going to take the rubber band off, but I will take them out the bag to show you really quick. Alright, so I'm going to pull the floss card down over my hand, just so there's a good grip. I'm just going to kind of flip through these. I'm not going to go over them one by one because we'd be here forever. So just lots of reds and pinks and grays because the penguins. Yeah, so there's not like a whole lot of some of the colors, but again, this isn't a super big one. There is a lot of white, but again, I'm not going to be going over the background. This is a color palette. So I'm not sure. No, I think it's going to be more vivid than the photo, because look at these colors. They're much brighter than the picture is. And this is very soft thread too, you guys. This is really nice. I love working with this stuff. It's just so comfy. If I filled my bed with this stuff, I would sleep like a baby if I don't choke myself. But it's so cute and soft. Beautiful colors. And then I know my desk is a little bit dirty. I got into a new craft. If you want to see, maybe I'll show you towards the end. So I fold it like that. And then I just grab it by the center. And then it fits right back into the bag, no problem. So that was kit number 1. Super cute. Alright, another toolkit. This one's kind of put together neat. Alright, so let me get the info up for this one. Also gotta open this one up. I'm gonna fold it a little differently. Just because I like my pictures in the front. Okay, so this is the second kit I bought. Again, this does come, I believe, in a multiple choice listing. But I thought the yellows and purples were absolutely gorgeous on her. Though you can see her hair and whatnot do kind of blend into the background. So it's kind of like a suggested outline, but I still think it's going to be super gorgeous. And I love bees and stuff. So this one just really popped out to me. Alright, so this one is an 11 count. It is called Flower Illustration Girl. It is 40 by 70. She is style 4. And she cost $13.99. And before I forget, the first one I just showed you, that one was style 24. But this one's style 4. So it's $1 more than the last kit. And again, I'm not going to be going over the paper pattern. I think these are all jingly kits. Yeah, and then there's some instructions. The instructions are printed kind of small, but I believe you can find them on their website as well. So straight to the canvas. Yeah, because this seems about the same length as the first one, so I think they lied a little bit on their listing. But yep, just like in the picture, you can see all the black is kind of blending together. Goodness, it almost looks like her kimono's already done up just in the wrong colors. Super pretty. You can definitely see like the honeycomb patterning. And then down here it does give you the full stitches, 147 by 276. Serged, if I didn't say that already. And again with super clear printing. And you're going to have to pay attention in there because there's a bunch of blue symbols over there. But everything else looks pretty easy to see. You can even like see her wings and stuff and the honeycomb up in here and here. I think it's going to be super adorable. And let me fold this a little bit. Another nice and large legend. And again, we have 45 colors. So I'm really, really enjoying that we're getting at least 45 colors, it seems. And the quality of the printing is very easy to read. Go the top left corner. And I think she's going to be so cute. Top here. And before I forget, the canvases are a little bit firmer, I've noticed, for Jingli. So you definitely might have to soften it manually, like rub it with your hands to make it looser if you like doing that. I personally don't care. So, I mean, I do for some of my kits. I just don't usually soften them. I do for a few of my spring kits, though. So I'm just going to spread these out and show them over my arm because I don't know what else to do here. This stuff is awkward to show when it's on floss cards. There's not a whole lot in the purples, but to be fair, it's mostly like oranges. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of oranges in here, but it looks like in the picture there should be yellows. I mean, I don't care either way. I like the contrast. I think it's super beautiful. It's just a lovely color palette. A nice blend of blacks and browns and oranges and purples. Here's the side where all the ones with not a whole lot are. What a dirty birdie. Right. Oh, I think here we go. So soft. I really want to start all of my kits. Every time I get more. Alright, so this was the second kit. Super beautiful, and I just love that there's a wing, like, in her hair as well. It's a little confusing that she has butterfly wings when, you know, it's like a bee setting, but she's still so adorable and beautiful. I think this one is going to turn out really well, and I'm assuming that all of the grays and browns are going to be going up in here with a lot of confetti. Alright, kit number 3. It has the same toolkit as the others. I'm just not going to pull it out right now. So let me pull up the information for this one. And this one I did also see as a diamond painting on the website. So if you rather have this as a diamond painting, it is available. I don't happen to have the link, but I did see it when I was looking through the site. Just give me a minute. I want to fold it my way again. My way or the highway. I need to be able to see the pictures when I store them, so, and I don't like having only part of them show. So this is the third kit. She definitely looked more red on the website, but that is okay. My camera's also probably washing her out a little bit, but I loved the contrast of the solid background and all the reds as highlights in her face and the blush. I thought it was so stinking cute. Let me see. I wonder if my phone will show the true colors better. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's a very vibrant photo. But she is 11 count. All of them are today. She's called Fantasy Girl. She's also a 40 by 70. And she is on a listing again with multiple selections. So she is style number 5. And she costs also $13.99. And she's gorgeous. And again, the instructions are here on the paper pattern. Just not going to show it because, again, it's the same printing that's going to be on the canvas. So why waste your time showing it twice? Alright, and again, if you want to see my new hobby that I got into, stay till the end and I'll show you. I have my camcorder plugged in, so I doubt it's going to die on me. Surged, again, I suspect this of also being a Jingli kit. And I think the way you can tell is, I think Jingli kits are the ones that come with this white. I could be wrong. I don't really look into this stuff a whole lot anymore. I just kind of buy them. I just know it's not Huakin, or however you say that. And it's not Yishu, because these are not the colors and symbols Yishu uses. And I don't know. But anyways, there's your number. You can check it with your floss if you need to. I'm definitely going to be doing the background. I hope the color selection from the AI is good for the color background, because I know sometimes the colors are a little bit off when it comes to like teals and skin tones. Anyways, so you can definitely make her out, all the different layers. Her little hair swirls and twirls. So cute. And I assume this is, you know, most skin color. 1. What color is 1? 152. So she is going to be a pink. Doesn't necessarily look pink in the photo. She is pinkish. But I think she's more of a tan pink. So we'll see what it looks like. I'll make sure to check when I open the floss. And then again, we have 45 colors. Seeing a theme here. It's looking like they mostly just give us 45 colors. I'm going to fold this up and bring you close to see the symbols. So again, super clearly printed. The symbols all look to be centered, which is good. And they do put the numbers in the center of big color blockings, which is really nice. And this is also a firm canvas still. Alright, so here's where you're going to be able to tell that the printer didn't have like the newest ink in it. So the colors do match more accurately to the online photo. Let me just shuffle those out on my arm. This is definitely a different way of doing it. It's okay, as long as you can see. Alright, I think that's good enough. So definitely these colors are more accurate to the online photo because you can see our reds. There's our reds. Where on her they're like orange and coral colors, which we do have some of those in here too. And then you can see, I think this is going to be our background color right here. And I said I was going to look for 152, so let me do that. Oh, this one's faded. It's okay, I know what 666 looks like. It's a bright red. Here we go. So yeah, it's a little pinker than I would have liked for her skin tone, but I do think it's accurate. I'm not sure how bright my phone screen is. Let me grab it. And zoom in, zoom in. Oh, that's as far as I can zoom in. No, I guess that's pretty accurate for where it is on the chest. So I think that's a fine selection, especially since they do change the tones and shades. So she is going to have shading, but in the photo, yeah, this does look accurate if you zoom in just to that spot. So that makes sense to me. But I do really love all these colors. I love the teals, the reds, the softer, like, deep corals. And then there's, like, little pops of greens for the base of the flowers and stuff as well. But, yeah, I think this one is going to be the background, which is also accurate to the photo. Especially when it comes to floss, you know, you can only get so accurate. We got limited colors, but I think it's going to be gorgeous, gorgeous. So pretty. I love her. And I think with this one, I went off of the shading with the eyes and the shape of the lips, as well as contrast. And I think it was between her and one other one, but I ultimately went with her because I think I have the diamond painting of the other one. But there is a diamond painting of her as well. Right, and this was kit number 3. Alright, we're moving to kit number 4. I'm going to save my favorite one for last because the last one I'm going to show is the reason I placed this order. It's the reason I was on their website in the first place. I saw it in an email, and of course I had to go hunt it down on the website and buy it because you'll know why when I show it to you. But for the meantime, let me fold this one up a little bit differently too. Because I need my photo to be completely in my sight. Oh my goodness. Well, they'll sit flat eventually. They all get shoved into cubes anyways. I have so many, I know. Okay, let me find her. So this one is, just so I can put the price up without that being in the way, I'm just gonna, I don't care how small it gets folded. So this one's actually super cute. I'm going to show this up close first because my camera does have a harder time picking up pastels. So this also comes in a set. This is the only one I felt like I could actually stitch and enjoy because it has this lovely little gradient of like this very faint yellowy green neon up into like bluey purples and periwinkles, and it's just so cute. And then I'm assuming that's like a dog or like a toy maybe, I don't know. And her dress, and then she has her heart on her chest and the white hair and just all the little cute accents. I fell in love with this. This one has been in my favorites for probably over a year. Now keep in mind, they do sell the same images throughout the years, but they do kind of print them in updated fabrics and symbols as, you know, time goes on. And a good example of that is I bought the circular rose snake cross stitch from Yishu, and I bought mine over a year ago now. And Amanda more recently from Amanda's Crafty Corner bought one as well. And hers looks way cleaner, way newer than mine. The symbols were better, the fabric was better, and you know, so they definitely do keep up to date, unless they have back stock or like inventory already printed, which I haven't really found any to be the case unless it was a clearance section. But regardless, this has been in my favorites for a very long time. I've been on and off about wanting to buy it, and finally I'm purchasing it. So I thought she was so adorable. She is also an 11 count. She is called Cartoon Little Girl. She is style 11. She is a 40 by 56 centimeters, and she costs $10.99. And she's just the cutest little thing. She is so adorable, and I love the pastels. I am obsessed with the color palette on this one. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that, honestly. Oh, what am I doing? Right, I'm actually gonna move this so I don't knock it onto the floor. We have our serged canvas and the number. And the symbols are really popping a little bit more on this one, but it's still really good quality fabric, nice and thick. They cut a little close to the edge here. I'm not the biggest fan of that. At least the symbols are on there, right? But so the difference with this one is she only has 40 colors. But that's okay, it's only 5 less. And the symbols are still centered and very easy to read. And I think the contrast on this one, just because of the colors in it, are much better and much easier to distinguish. If I can speak. So we're gonna look at her. So you can definitely see everything here. Let me see what's 19. 19's 819. Yep, so that's a pale pink too. So that's like spot on for what the image is. But I think she's gonna be so cute. And they even like tried to get the different colors, because there's like a bluish color down here where you see 18, and then up where you see 31, it's kind of like starting to turn into a blue, and then number 2 is kind of like turning into different neon colors and stuff. So they're definitely really capturing the gradient in there of all the different colors they have behind her. And then of course you can see the little puppy. And then, yeah. So this makes sense. Even though this is part of her legs, this does make sense because they are the same color, so nothing wrong with that either. And then they captured her shadow, and then just kind of the rest of the background. So I think they did a really good job kind of getting the gradients in here. You know, obviously we'll see how they did when I stitch it up, but I think it's going to come out really good. The little tiny heart on her chest is so cute. But I think she's going to come out really good, and so, you know, of course, I know I buy cutesy things and not everyone is really into that, but I try and get a mix of, like, beauty versus kawaii and stuff like that. And then sometimes creepy stuff, but... So, I know I said the next kit is my favorite one and why I was even on the website. But the floss for this kit is probably my favorite color theme for all of these, because the pastels. All right, these need to be close for you to see. Okay, here's side 1. Look at those beautiful colors. Ah, so cute. And side 2, it's like pinks and yellows and rainbows. I'm like obsessed with the colors in this kit. Just from that alone, I really want to start this because I'm gonna love stitching these colors. Oh my goodness, they're so stinking cute. I love them. I'm glad I can see colors. I'm glad I can see. They're so beautiful. And like, I don't think there's a single ugly color in here. They're all like such nice pastels, and then when they're not, they're just like beautifully saturated colors. I don't think there's anything wrong with this kit at all. And the reason I liked it, not only was she cute, but because of the colors. And there's just so much happening in this. Not only is the girl vibrant and like gradient in the dress, but the background's gradient as well. And, you know, the stars and stuff, right up my alley. I'm so excited to work on this. You have no idea. I might, even though I just started one last night. I might start. We'll see. I just need to stop. See, this is why I keep buying more cross stitches. Nothing makes me this happy except for when my son is smiling and being cute and, you know, loving me. But my crafts, bring me so much joy. Like, nothing can compare. Like, every once in a while, I like to pull down my totes of my cross stitches and go through them, and it makes my day. Even though I, like, can't start them all. When life brings you depression, find joy in something else. Because on my bad days, looking at my cross stitches or working on them, just next to nothing compares. So cute. All right, well, this is kit number 4. Let's go to kit number 5. All right, so before I go over this one, I do want to say really quick, because I forgot to mention this at the beginning. So with this order, there was a buy 3, get 1 free. I believe Paint Some Way is still doing that. So what it looks like here is the cheapest one I got was the one I just reviewed you. And so that one was free. All right. And did I say what style she was? Style 11 was the last one. Okay, so this one also has a bunch of different photos in the listing. I already folded this one to be forward facing. Again, I think it's jingly. Same packaging, same symbols, all of that. Same non-tear paper, same instructions right there, tiny. But this is the reason I was on their website in the first place. Again, this photo is much less saturated than it is on the website. Super adorable. It's got the creepy cute thing, which is like probably one of my favorite things, like creepy cute nature. Though it's not, I mean, depending on what room, I might hang it up, I might not. But I just love the colors in her hair. I love all the little skulls, her little collar to her sweater. It's just so cute. Creepy cute. I mean, I guess if you like Melanie Martinez, kind of like that. I'm not the biggest fan of her, but at least not anymore. Kind of grew out of that. But I just thought this was really cool with all the different skulls and stuff. Alright, so she is an 11 count as well. So all 5 of these have been 11 count. She's called Anime Kawaii Girl. Creepy Kawaii. Wow, if I can speak. I'm calling her Creepy Kawaii. That's not what she's called on the website. She is 45 by 55 centimeters. She is style number 3, and she also costs $12.99, so the same price as the first one I showed you. So we're not going to go over this again. And, okay, so I also really like her color palette. You know what, I don't know, I feel like I like all color palettes, but the pastels definitely got me, but this one's definitely second. I really like this color palette as well. So here we have our serged canvas. I'm going to fold this in half, so not that way, come on, cooperate. And we're back to 45, so all of them had 45 colors except for the last one with the pastels. So I think that's their running theme, is that they're aiming for like 45 colors or something. And here is the canvas. So already you can make out the bow, where her hair is, the horns, the background. The skulls are a little bit harder to see because they're definitely going to be confetti. You can make one out here, make one out here, here. So it looks like 37 is going to be in the center of a majority of these skulls. But again, this one's going to be a lot of confetti. I did expect that. Like, her face is just as I expected. You know, it's more flowing because it doesn't have all those little details, as you can see. Just like the blush and stuff in her eyes. But like the skulls, obviously, you're going to have way more confetti to kind of get the different shades and make that pop for you. So I did expect this one to have a lot of confetti, which is fine, but you can still get the general idea of the image and how big her head is and the horns, and I just think it's going to be so gorgeous. And again, this is a nice quality fabric, still stiff. Let me see how easily this softens. This is how I do it. I'll like do it over the squares I want to work on. That way I'm not sitting here doing this to the whole thing. I also get the border too, because, you know, I want to make the tension as even as possible. And it does make it a little less pretty, you know, because it doesn't have the starches or whatever stiffening it. So I loosened that square. And it does just feel like a nice quality thick fabric. So, you know, see how it moves pretty easily once you soften it. And it doesn't look too bad, actually. I like making the square dance. Cha, cha, cha. So that's basically how I loosen it when I do decide to loosen it before I start stitching. But I think she's going to be super adorable. I love all the detail on her. And I also love the color theme for her, which is what really gets me going. And I love the depth. So I'm going to remember 41 is her face. 41 is 3770. I have to remember that. Alright, this is her color palette. So definitely got the pastels and, hold on, so this thread is fighting itself. They're still pastels, they're just kind of like deeper and darker. I really love this mint color right here though. And then if we flip it over, comb it out with my fingers, we got the darker colors and the deeper purples, because she is more purpley than pink. Like I said, all of these photos today that were printed are much more faint than the actual image, so these colors are the right colors, just to reassure you. And I still think this is a really beautiful color palette because of all the deep purples and the teals and the periwinkles, the different pinks. So again, just another really nice color palette. And it makes me even happier knowing it's going to make a picture with skulls. But so I'm telling myself, if you saw, I call her my horror eye girl. I have to finish her first. And in case you are here and you do like creepy stuff, let me grab her and show you. Okay, so I do keep her in this. I'm going to move this out the way, except for this. Yeah, I'm going to put the floss away. And then I'll pull her out so you can see really quick. Alright, so in case you're like me, I know I'm getting more and more subscribers the longer I am posting online that like the same styles as me, which is really fun. Like, I thought I would just always be kind of beside myself with this, but it turns out if you post long enough, you're going to find your people. So that's kind of why I stopped buying stuff that caters towards everyone and just buying exactly what I want to buy. So assuming it's not from a PR package. So this is the other creepy cute one I got. She's not as kawaii or cutesy as the other one, but I definitely am obsessed with this. Now I have seen this as a diamond painting and a cross stitch as well. Her, I'm not so sure, but this one I've definitely seen as a diamond painting and cross stitch. I've definitely seen it as a diamond painting on Temu, but I bought her. She's a lot of confetti. I think I started right around here. So they're kind of just two different ones. She is a Yishu kit though, where this one's Jingli. And you can kind of see the difference here in the colors, because Yishu is kind of like more pastel-y on the outside and stuff. I believe Jingli has like the black borders and whatnot, where you get like the blue sectionings here. So this one's 45 by 55. This one, I'm not sure if it says on it. She is 50 by 64. Or I'm going to say 50 by 65. So a little bit bigger. I'm trying to keep her photo on top. Move these over. But yeah, this is the other creepy one. And I'm going to show you really quick what I got done. Now, this does feel a little bit thinner than the Jingli fabric, but this is what she looks like. I don't have a link for her right now. I did review her, so if you want to look through my channel, I think this also might have came from Paint Some Way or Fansells. I don't really know, but definitely you can see, easy to make out. So this is what the eyes look like at first. Let me bring it closer so you can kind of see better. So at first the eyes kind of look like this and this, but once you get all that detail in, oh my gosh, look how much it pops. Now I didn't get a few yellows and pinks around here because I'm trying to wait until I'm going beyond, so I'm, you know, kind of trying to stay generalized, but look how good that came out. I am like obsessed. I didn't know how well it would turn out. That's why I started on one of the eyes, because they look like that. They look like that. And I was like, I don't know, let me see. But it came out so good. So this eye right here, that's the eye. And this is it stitched. Isn't that so good? I am impressed. Like, these kits have come so far since I first started buying them. And you gotta remember, these aren't hand charted. But I think this came out amazing. I do know if you go over to Fansells and you order a custom kit, you can go to one, you can choose one that's more AI generated or one that is more like hand charted, not fully hand charted, but you know, they alter it a little bit to make it make more sense. I think that's what they do with their kits now, or at least a majority, I would hope. I'm assuming that's what happened with this one, because this one's not a custom. But that eye and how well it came out when it looked like, to me, it was just going to be a jumbled mess, impressed me. I'm blown away. So I hope Jingli can bring the same cup of tea to the party. So we'll see. Maybe I'll stitch like the skull up here, like this small one up here, and see how that comes out, just to give myself an idea. So maybe I'll do that tonight, because I really do, because I only have one other Jingli kit, and it's my Pom Pom Purin, but that one's like so open and color blocky of an image because it's super cartoony and just like solid colors, that of course it's coming out good. He's adorable and he's a fast work, or a fast stitch, I should say. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna test it. Right, that was my 5th and final kit. And then I'm gonna show you what I made with my new hobby really quick, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay, so this next hobby, I'm not gonna show you everything right now. I'm just gonna show you what I made so far. So, and not all of these are great, so don't judge me. So the new craft I've gotten into recently is wax seal stamping. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but it happened. So I wasted a ton of money on Temu throughout the months, collecting the stuff to finally get going with this, and I've really been enjoying it. So I'm just going to show you a few. This one's colored on with marker. I didn't necessarily change the colors. And this one, I changed the colors. I cut it out with an X-Acto, put it back on the stamp, stamped it on new wax. And this isn't like what you would think. It's firm, and it's for sealing envelopes. So I need to buy double-sided stickers to put on the back here so they can be used. But this is a bear, really cute. And I didn't pay too much for any of these. I think the most expensive stamp I bought was maybe $8 to $13. This one's a lucky cat. And I think this is the second one ever that I changed the wax on. He's a little bottom heavy, as you can see. It's a little crooked. I didn't change too much about it, but this one's really cute too. I love them. And then I got this bear. And then I got this other bear with like this shiny, I mixed a shiny blue and green thing. And I think that's black, I'm not totally sure. So we got this different bear, and you can see I did the stars on this one. So I did this one first, then I went through and did the one with the stars. Then I got this one. I didn't put enough wax under it, so it didn't come out all the way, but I kind of like it. It adds personality. I gotta say, this red wax was definitely too cheap and it's terrible, but whatever. And then I got this little gift box. So cute. And I love the background, it's so pretty. And then from the scraps from cutting out this gift box, I made this gift box. And then I got another bear. So you can see here I mixed up the flowers a little bit more on this bear. And I think I really like it with the mixed up flowers rather than it being one solid color. I think it works a lot better. And then my last three, this one is the bear again. This was me testing the background. And then this one was so hard to do. Again, the red wax is terrible, and it just would not stick to the bottom of my stamp. It's like so hard and not like wax at all. It's definitely more of like a cheap plastic, the red wax. So it was so difficult. But I finally got there. I got it on a semi-transparent mint green. You can see through it, and I love the shape of this one though. I'm never gonna do this again, not with this red though. And then this one is the same purple. It's the same shimmery purple on this bear, but it's on flowers on a black background. And those aren't all of them that I did. These are my first ones that I did, not my favorite. This was just me playing with wax. So, I actually really do like these ones though. So these are one of these is the second. This is the second ever that I cut the wax up and stamped it back down. The first one I think I did destroy and throw away. But this is my newer one when I had more practice. And yeah, I accidentally cut out part of the leaf thinking it wasn't part of it. So I think that one deserves to be left out too. This was the one I used to test my markers on. Yes, baby. My bird's calling me baby. Yeah, I didn't save the first one ever that I did. It was just too terrible to keep. And then the rest were just like practice to clean off my stamps. And then this one I messed up a lot. I tried to remelt it down here because there were like bubbles and it wasn't sitting right, and I just ended up warping it. And this is definitely from my biggest stamp. And then I also forgot to cut out in there. But again, this was from the first day I actually had all my supplies. So it's not terrible. I'm still going to keep it for the memories. I do want to do this one again though, because you can definitely see I like messed that up trying to remelt everything. But it's fine. I'll keep my favorites out. Those are the ones I like. And then, okay, so yeah, my stuff's all set up. So these are the tools I used. That's a little light that turns on. So my spoons, a stirring stick. This is a cute stirring stick. Look at this. That's adorable. It's a little dirty because I used it, but. And then this is what I put the stamps on, like my wax. The coated spoon, I definitely recommend those. Those work way better. Here are all my good stamp heads sitting on top of my waxes. What are those ones called? I forgot what they're called right now, but the cheap ones that aren't good, they're like really thin stamps and they're not thick like this, are in here, mostly because I can't really cut them out and change the colors and I don't like them. The lighters to light candles, don't worry. I got two more bags up here. This is where that cute background came from for this. So that background was a mix of these colors. I haven't used this one yet. So I keep those on my printer paper. And then scraps that I made cute by putting them in molds. Ugly scraps from my cutouts, as you can see. Candle waste. A silicone mat that I ruined, so I just used the back side. So I use the silicone mat to make the little pieces I want to cut out, and then when I'm doing my final stamping for one, I put it on that because it cools quicker. It makes it a thicker stamp. And then just some more waxes up here. And then the markers. And then the molds are like hiding down there. So this red is the poopy one that is absolutely terrible. So I'm never, like, they work in this one, but these solid colors here are kind of crap, not gonna lie. So I'm never gonna buy that again. Okay, really quick, I wanted to show you. So this is the handle I use. It's so heavy, but it's so cute, isn't it? It's so cute. And this is the cherry stamp because it's the last one I used. I just use it to hold it. And here's my X-Acto blade. It's kind of got that moving glitter in it. And it does come with a little jar of extra blades. And this is a ceramic one. I've been using the quartz one because it works better. And then a scraping spoon, some tweezers, and then Pom Pom Purin is, yeah, there's my bathroom back there, is sitting on the little thing where the spoon sits and then the candle goes underneath. Right, and that's pretty much all the supplies I have for wax sealing so far. Alright everyone, so thank you for letting me blab on and on. I know some of you really like long videos, and today I just had a lot to say. I'm in a good mood finally. Hopefully I can keep that good mood. I'm a little nervous. Usually when I'm in a good mood, something comes along to mess up my day. We'll see though. But thank you guys so much for clicking on my video. If you want to see anything more about the wax sealing, let me know. But you know, that's not what my channel, my channel's called NimCrafts. I craft a lot on different things. I also worked on a latch hook for 5 hours yesterday. I was digging through my closet to work on to find tools to work on an order I had from my Etsy. And I came upon this old latch hook kit, so I worked on that for 5 hours. NimCrafts. I craft. I do everything. If I see it and I feel like doing it, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to work on it. So anyways, let me know in the comments what was your favorite, or maybe even if it's not your favorite image, which one has your favorite color theme. And then, again, I'm going to link everything down below. Give the video a like to help me with exposure. Subscribe if you're into cutesy stuff or like all around general crafts, because I do pretty much anything I want to and can get my hands on. And if you like that, you know, we should be friends. Alright, well, thank you for sticking around for so long. Put a star in the comments if you stayed until the end, because I love you. Thank you so much for staying this long. Alright, the next video will include my 14 counts, and I hope you are just as excited to see them as I am to show them. And I will see you guys in that video. Bye!